share in all the love and all the happiness we have in store for you. We want you to have a real good time, because that's just what we have in mind. Is that all right with you? Now,
deal, playboys, just rest your soul. I'll be holding it down, yo, still love the dough. Got these ladies on the cock now, you know how we go. Got the whole world on lockdown, you know how we flow. Don't worry about Brooklyn, I continue to flame. Before a world with amnesia, won't forget your name. You held it down long enough, let me take those reins. And just like the spirit of commission remains, niggas cross the T's and dot the I's. Now that I got too popular to cop them pies, I'm taking this rap shit serious. Till my demise, J shit's like cake mix. Watch me rise, basics in the basement, wasted. Asking my dog for advice, and when he can't say shit, my hatred is few. Just give me a sign, and I let the world know that the city is mine. What?
Once again, shout out to every motherfucking body tuning in. It's gonna be a nice little we're gonna have a nice little function today. Nice little function. If y'all can hear my fan, don't mind me, it's selling in the background. I'll get it in a second. But yeah. Once again, shout out to everybody tuning in. First time, last time listeners, baby, we here. I'm gonna start out saying shout out to my dog Juice. About 12:30 last night. Wife went downstairs to just let the dogs out, go to the bathroom, whatever. The little dog, little poodle, Shih Tzu Chihuahua we got. Prince started prancing around back and forth, doing his little thing, his little piddle. I go to the bathroom, whatever. I'm selling. I ain't go downstairs right away, so my wife got up and I guess his little pitter paddle was annoying him. So went downstairs, the dog's out. About 2 minutes later, I go, look around. There's something burning. Look around my electrical equipment, wires and shit. Wiring over there and whatnot. Fuck is that smell? Something burning. Dog got hit by a skunk. He got Pepe Le Pew, y'all. My dog Juice got Pepe Le Pew last night. The big one. We have 2 dogs, so the little Shih Tzu wanted to go out to go potty. We decided to let the Boston Terrier Rottweiler we have called Juice. We decided to let him out too, the bigger one. He's in his teens, whatever. He, I guess, got into an encounter with Pepe Le Pew last night, and it didn't go his way. It did not go his way. Stunk up the whole house last night. I'm talking about we lit 2 candles in this motherfucker. Lit a candle up here, lit a candle downstairs. I should have had an instant. Sell it. But got them washed up and cleaned up today. House is smelling a little bit better. I smoked about 3 or 4 last night. And none of them, I'm telling you, none of them was overpowering the smell of that. And I smoked some strong shit. So, strong indicas. So, that ain't overpowered. Godspeed. Shit. It was a little hefty last night. Oh yeah, but I had to lock them in the garage, in between doors and shit, just to close the smell in, get the fuck out of our house. That nigga was funky. I was about to name the podcast "Getting Funky" in Tyler at the Juice, but you know, shout out to my dog Juice because he had a night last night. He had the adventures of Juice. I tell you, some of his adventures. Oh boy, but let's get right into it. Speaking of people that's been having some adventures, allegedly, Miss Lizzo is in the news for some allegations. Matter of fact, we're not even going to talk about Lizzo first. I'm fucking up. We're not going to talk about Lizzo first. Because before we talk about Lizzo, we got to address Miss Beyonce and Miss Badu. And if you don't know what's going on, Erykah Badu decided to call out Miss Beyonce for wearing her iconic hat style. Now, of course, I feel like this is a little bit bandwagony on Miss Badu part. She older and she should know better. Reason why I say bandwagon is because everybody always talking about some Beyonce biting styles, Beyonce taking this and that from everybody and whatnot. I don't believe all that.
Beyonce is either shading Erykah Badu or staying clear of Lizzo, because during her recent performance, she skipped Lizzo's name and repeated Badu's name. If you've been under a rock, Erykah Badu posted this on her social media, taking credit for Beyonce's look during her tour.
Now, we can see some very, very distinct similarities right here, right? Okay? The shiny black hat, the shiny mirror hat, as they call it, right? Now, what people don't know is, I believe, and from what I have also researched, let's see. It is actually a thing in Houston to wear big hats. It is an ode to the Texas style. Nothing to do with witchcraft, none of that shit. It is just an ode to the style. The cowboy hat style, basically. It's an ode to Houston. Not necessarily a steal of the styles. They're called sunbody hats. So, in hindsight, I don't necessarily think this is Beyonce biting anyone. I don't think she's even biting Erykah Badu. I think she's just paying homage to Houston. And if she is paying homage to Erykah Badu, so fucking what? That's the biggest compliment you could even have. And as you just heard, she took it upon herself to replace Lizzo's name again with Badu, Badu, Badu. And where Lizzo's name was originally placed in the lyrics for the BM remix. For the, Break My Soul remix, I believe. But there was no shade here. This is not Beyonce biting a style. Beyonce does not necessarily bite, especially styles of her own. As trendy as Beyonce is, let's be honest. Does Beyonce really need to bite anyone's style? The woman is about to make almost $3 billion off of this tour. Does she really need to bite anybody? I'm just being honest here.
But you also may recall that Lizzo is facing a lawsuit and a lot of controversy today. Or it was just Beyonce's way of saying to Erykah Badu, I do pay homage to you. I do give you credit. Just in case you missed it. Badu, Badu. Honestly, I don't think it's any shade towards Lizzo, because on the screen you can still see Lizzo's name. I think this is just Beyonce's subtle way of clapping back at Erykah Badu and what she had to say on social media.
I kind of agree with that. I honestly agree with that part that he said because Beyonce is a little bit more classy than to even diss Erica Badu. Number one. So her going to Badu, 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 and you can see the emphasis in her face. She's going Badu, Badu, Badu. She's basically just saying, yo, listen, yeah, I hear what the fuck you said. If you want me to say your name, yeah, I can say your name. Okay? Yes, I'm paying homage to you. If you haven't noticed, Miss Badu, if you would like for me to say that, I'm paying homage to you. Hey, Badu, Badu, Badu. You happy now? And like I said, my whole thing is I don't necessarily think it's even a Badu bite as much as it is a Houston plight, a Houston O'Day. The whole big hat thing. And like I said, even if she is paying homage to your style, as she has over the course of many years of her career, says thank you to Erica Badu, has publicly thank you, Miss Badu. I don't think she was trying to bite your style. I'm just being honest there. And as they started to get into Miss Lizzo, which is where I wanted to start originally, but I felt the need to get that out of the way. That little bullshit that was going, that little bit of gossip that was going around with Beyonce. I felt the need to get that out of the way. So Lizzo has been in the media for allegations with her dancers, and honestly, when I read them, they sounded very far fetched. Like extremely far fetched, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, so let's go with Vox.com. So, pop star Lizzo, who has built a brand on both body positivity and empowering upbeat hits, is facing a new lawsuit that levels serious allegations, including claims that she created a hostile work environment and engaged in sexual harassment. Lizzo has denied these allegations, which has raised questions both about her treatment of employees as well as the reality of the image she's cultivated as a champion of plus size women and women of color. The lawsuit filed by three of Lizzo's former dancers this week also alleges misconduct by her production company, Big Girl, I think it's Big Girl, Big Touring Inc., and her dance team captain, Shirlene Quigley. Among the claims included in the suit is that Lizzo pressured dancers into unwanted sexual situations, made statements that were perceived as thinly veiled comments about a dancer's weight gain, and put people through grueling rehearsals that led to one dancer soiling herself. Okay. Lizzo decided to actually fire back recently. Just want to read from Lizzo. So, these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. One of those allegations she's talking about is they was forcing, she was forcing them to eat bananas. Like they was, like she was sucking up the bananas or whatever. So these sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. So this isn't people that's on tour with her now. Which I even took it upon myself to skim through like two shows. I skimmed through a May show and another show she did in Auckland this year recently, which Those were not festivals, not award shows or anything like that. Actual concerts and her being on tour. She doesn't do any of that stuff that these dancers are talking about in her set. None of that shit is in her set. I don't even know if the bananas is in the set. I'm just being honest. As it continues, as an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people and the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time. So that was from Lizzo. Which, rightfully so, she needed to speak out and say something, of course. Like I said, it got to a point where, like I said, the allegations just sounded a little bit too wild. A little bit too wild. Like I said, the whole banana thing just wasn't. That's when I said, wait a minute. This sounds like cock sources. No pun intended. And then Lizzo weight shaming anybody. That already sounded like it was fugazi to me. And I mean, this is still early in the allegations, and of course, this is a whole lawsuit that was filed. So who knows? Who knows what is to come of this, and what will come of this? What I do know is that those dancers need to cut the bullshit, in my opinion. I understand you trying to get some publicity. I understand you might be trying to get some money. This ain't the way to go about it. I'm just keeping it 1,000. This ain't the way to go about it. Accusing Lizzo of weight shaming, that ain't even going to sit right with the judge. That's going to get dismissed. Speaking of dismissed, I wish what would get dismissed, which probably isn't, Tory Lanez. I was trying to actually give it some time today. I was going to give it some time a little bit to actually wait for the Tory Lanez sentencing, but it has not. They have not said anything yet as far as his sentencing. So we had to get the show on the road today. Moving right along. It was a slow news week. Yeah. Okay. We can do that real quick. So, all right, yeah, let's just do that real quick. So, recently, well, just say not even recently, yesterday, and I was gonna wait for this one. Yesterday, I had seen news about your boy Young Thug, and I was a little bit taken back because I was trying to when I first got whiff of this news a couple days ago, I didn't believe it. I thought it was just something just going across my timeline that was just clickbait or whatever. But then I kept seeing more and more people post it, and then got confirmation of it yesterday that Young Thug's attorney is trying to get a video of a goat sacrifice thrown out. Yes, you heard it. A goat sacrifice. Like I said, I thought this was bullshit when I first heard it. It's not actual bullshit. It's not actual bullshit at all, actually. So this comes from Vibe magazine, right? Okay. Hold on. My article just left on me. My article just left on me. Okay. So, Young Thug's attorneys filed motion to suppress goat sacrifice video. Young Thug's attorneys have filed a motion to suppress footage of the arrest of a YSL co-defendant, which depicts the alleged sacrifice of goats during a religious ceremony. According to WSB-TV, a copy of the motion, which was obtained by Channel 2's Michael Seaton, indicates that Thug's legal team believes the video captured during Shannon Stillwell's arrest is damaging to both Stillwell and his client. It also argues that the video being shown to potential jurors will cause prejudice against both defendants and should be suppressed on those grounds. That's not something you should suppress. I'll be honest with you. And I get that the attorney wants to get it thrown out because it doesn't have anything to do with the actual RICO that he's facing as far as the murders that he's being accused of. But if we're talking about getting into the psyche of someone in the actual trial, I think that actually plays a part if he was involved or indulging in a goat sacrifice ritual. I think that should definitely be looked into a little bit further as far as, like I said, the mental of this person, if he was involved in that video. Stillwell was arrested for murder on March 17th in 2022. A little over a month prior to the authorities in Georgia rounding up and charging Young Thug, rapper Gunna, and other alleged YSL members as part of a sweeping RICO indictment against the perceived gang. He and Young Thug are two of the remaining 8 co-defendants that have yet to be convinced or take a plea deal in the YSL RICO indictment and are expected to face trial, which is currently in the jury selection process. Now, according to the reports, the legal team of the rap star born Jeffrey Williams also requested the rapper to be granted bond due to concerns for his health, stating that his lifestyle in jail has caused physical harm. His attorneys, who reportedly made the request during a court hearing earlier this month on July 21st, also cited their client's prior kidney problems and the lack of nutritious food in the facility he's being held at has contributed to him gaining an excessive amount of weight. However, the request for bond has been denied. Now, like I said, when I first, and I've been trying to find it as of late, I haven't seen this actual video come up. If anybody has, feel free to send me a link. But I have not seen this video at all. There's no actual footage of this goat sacrifice video, but the court is saying that they have it. The court is saying that they do have it. And who am I to say that? Who am I to say that this man should be convicted guilty? That's one thing. Of any of these murders that he's been accused of, based upon a goat sacrifice video. And from what we just read, or should I say from what we just heard, it's really not a video of Young Thug as much as it is just a YSL member. So let's not forget that part. This is definitely something that is going to play out. I think that they're going to bring this up later on. I think they're going to hold this as an ace in the deck for much later on in this trial. We see the whole YNW Melly thing has been going on for what now, about 5 or 6 years. I don't think this is going to be something that we find out he's going to be convicted within the next year or two. I honestly think this Young Thug trial is going to go on for about 4 or 5 years now. When you got shit like that coming out, it's going to be about 4 or 5 years before anything of this, anything gets made of this at all, to be honest with you. So, before I get into funny business, I would like to say rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman. This comes from CNN. Paul Reubens, Pee Wee Herman, star dead at 70. And before I even read CNN, I just want to say that I know it's a lot of people that tried to hold it against him for the whole movie theater thing. Y'all need to cut that shit out. It's allegation. Number one, I don't think he did it. Number two, he went and jerked off at a movie theater. I get it. I get why people were mad. The whole pedophilia thing. I get that. Once again, it's allegation stuff. Let's not forget that the man was very positive to a lot of people in their life. There were people that, they say he never missed a birthday. If he knew you, you were always at the top of the list for him. He was always a good Samaritan to you. Let's just not forget the good, kind human being Pee Wee Herman was that made us laugh. So, Paul Reubens, who found fame as the quirky man-child character Pee Wee Herman, has died, as publicists announced. He was 70. Last night, we said farewell to Paul Reubens, an iconic American actor, comedian, writer, and producer whose beloved character Pee Wee Herman delighted generations of children and adults with his positivity, whimsy, and belief in the importance of kindness. A post on his verified social media had read, Paul bravely and privately fought cancer for years. With his trademark tenacity and wit, a gifted and prolific talent, he will forever live in the comedy pantheon and in our hearts as a treasured friend and man of remarkable character and generosity of spirit. Reubens left a statement with his team to share with the public after his death. Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing for the last 6 years, Reubens wrote. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect for my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you. Born in Peekskill, New York, Reubens grew up in Sarasota, Florida, and developed an affinity for comedy early on in his life that he attributed in part of a Sarasota being the winter home of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum Circus. This is a history lesson for me too as well. So in 6th grade, while attending Southside Elementary, Reubens stepped onto a stage for the first time as Nick Burns. 1,000 clowns at the Players Theater. Hold on. For the first time as Nick Burns in 1,000 Clowns at the Players Theater. While at Brookside Junior High, he appeared at the Players in the Riot Act, Camelot, and On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. So those are some of the plays that he was in early on in his career before Pee Wee Herman. He led his high school drama club and appeared in starring roles in productions of the comedy of errors My Fair Lady and My Guys and Dolls. He was also voted most talented during his senior year. After high school graduation, Reubens enrolled in Boston University's theater department before moving into Los Angeles to attend the acting program at California Institute of the Arts, the new school founded by Walt Disney at the time. It was after college that Rubens created the iconic character Pee Wee Herman, while a member of the famed Los Angeles improv group, the Groundlings. The Pee Wee Herman Show premiered at the Groundlings Theater in 1981 before moving to the Roxy on Sunset Strip, where it ran for an unprecedented 5 months. The HBO broadcast of the show introduced the Pee Wee Herman character to a national audience. The character was later brought to the big screen in 1985 comedy Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Remember that movie? Which Rubens co-wrote. That's cool. He did co-wrote his own movie. Rubens went on to create, co-wrote, and co-direct the series Pee Wee's Playhouse on CBS, where the series earned 22 Emmy Awards during his run from 1986 to 1991. Rubens was nominated for 14 Emmy Awards during his career, winning twice. In 2010, he produced, co-wrote, and starred in an updated revival of the Pee Wee Herman Show in Los Angeles. The production later traveled to Broadway, opened to rave reviews at the Stephen Sondheim Theater. 5 years later, he teamed with director Judd Apatow. What are these names? Judd Apatow for the Netflix film Pee Wee's Big Holiday. I didn't know he did a Netflix film. Cool. All right, so his success as Pee Wee Herman also helped Rubens usher other actors into the spotlight on the road to fame. Some of Pee Wee's Playhouse co-star included Lawrence Fishburne, Natasha Lyonne, Jimmy Smits, Sandra Bernhard, and S. Apatha Murkison. I'm not sure who that last one was. Okay. Away from the cameras, Rubens faced legal troubles over the years. He was arrested for indecent exposure in 1991 at a theater showing X-rated films, for which he later entered a plea of no contest. Now, I want to also run that back. The X-rated films that they were talking about, they said that they were supposed to be about underage children. There was X-rated films about under 18s and teens and shit like that, which is all bullshit because you can't actually show that in those adult theaters like that. You can't show that. You're not allowed to show that. As a company, as a business, you're not allowed to show that shit. So if he was just whacking off in the theater at an X-rated film, he's doing what he's technically supposed to be doing. But at the same time, it's indecent exposure. I get it. But you hear what it just said. Showing it an X-rated film. In 2002, Rubens was charged with one misdemeanor count of possessing material depicting children engaged in sexual conduct, a charge that was later dropped, with the actor pleading guilty to a charge of obscenity instead. I probably have become more infamous from two misdemeanors than probably anyone I could think of, Rubens told NBC in 2004. Some of his more recent acting credits include the roles of Gotham, What We Do in the Shadows, The Blacklist, Portlandia, 30 Rock, Pushing Daisies, and Rio 9/11, as well as Everybody Loves Raymond. But yes, I just wanted to give my quick odays and farewells to the legend of Pee Wee Herman. Rest in peace to the legend that is Pee Wee motherfucking Herman. And now we can get into some shenanigans. I was going to talk about the Trump indictment. I got the whole 45-page indictment on that. But I might save that for his own little special segment because I got to read that shit. I got to actually read that motherfucker. That's one thing. Two, the audience necessarily hasn't been into the Trump indictment. Number three, everybody is waiting for Trump to just go to jail at this point. I don't think let's just be honest. I don't think anybody thinks he's going to be getting off. That's for damn sure.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
He damn sure ain't coming home.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
Nobody couldn't wait for this one.
Guess who's going to jail tonight? Gotta go post my bail tonight.
But yeah, man, that's all I got to say about the Trump situation and the indictments from the 2020 situation. he going to jail. Going to jail, he going to stay there for a long time. For a long time. For a long, 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 long time. Real quick, though. We might as well start off the shenanigans with your boy Meech. Little Meech, I should say. Little Meech.
Yeah. What you working with? What you working with?
Damn, I can't help my cousin bring the bags in the house. Went to the grocery store, man.
Yeah. What you working with? What you working with?
Damn, I can't help my cousin bring the bags in the house. Went to the grocery store, man.
Now, Meech, you got caught in 4K, brother. You got caught on Kenny camera in 4K. Who was that big booty bitch walking in front of you? Now, you can try to get off the lie of that was your cousin. But the lie detector shows that was a lie. As the people not only found the people not only found who the girl was, they found her account, and she let out some interesting DMs of you, sir. Some very interesting DMs of you. Let's look at those DMs, shall we? Let's take a quick look at those DMs. So, Summer Walker, first of all, took it upon herself to go to Instagram and say that she couldn't deal with the cheating. That was the first thing. So, when we got wind of her tweeting that out, we already had assumed that it was Meech that she was talking about. And then this surfaced. The truth always comes to the light. Miss Anita 416 put out. What is this, Meech? Looks like text messages between you two. Michael. She even got your government name up there. You know what? When I get home, I will clarify everything on my story. This is so stupid. What's your phone number? I'm going to call you. I appreciate you helping. Can you just call on Instagram? Just make a story saying we homies. And you was with my homeboy that night. Please? Okay, I can do that. And this is Summer Walker. Hello, sis. Welcome to Toronto. How y'all know one another? Got right to the smoke. Hi, love. First off, I'm a huge supporter. Me and Hun don't know each other at all. My apologies if you feel disrespected. And I can take the videos down if you like. I'm not that type of woman. Bullshit. Me and him. Made an emphasis to correct that part, huh? You don't have to take them down. But if y'all don't know each other, how you end up with his chain on? Seen in this picture right here. The jig is up. And all Meech could come up with is an alibi by his cousin.
Damn, I can't help my cousin bring the bags in the house. We went to the grocery store, man.
That's your alibi, Meech. The grocery store. You was helping bags at the grocery store. With a blunt in your mouth. Going right up in the house company. Where was the groceries at, Meech? That's my question. Where was the groceries? Looked like she had a bag or two from shopping in her hand. You had a phone case and a blunt in your mouth. Where was the groceries? Now, if y'all talking about eating the groceries later on in the bedroom, I can see those groceries. There wasn't no groceries in that video. There were no groceries in that video, sir.
Damn, I can't help my cousin bring the bags in the house. We went to the grocery store, man.
Yep. Your boy got caught in 4K. In 4K. And this comes from Summer Walker herself. Tried my best to be Jada Waiter, but I couldn't. It was cute though. I wish him the best. Can't do that cheating stuff. That was the tweet that went out publicly for everybody. That was the one that everybody caught wind of. It's just crazy how a nigga will really try to pursue the fuck out of you for 2 years. Make you meet their whole family. Want to be around you and your kids all day and pay bills just to embarrass you to the world. I don't understand men, but I'm going to give it to God. I'm not even going to lie. That is a very, very classy way of addressing things. I must say. It's kind of a classy way of addressing things, Ms. Summer Walker. But that wasn't the only way Summer Walker planned on grieving, I guess, that evening.
What? Let's go!
Summer Walker basically took the night and did what any young 27 rich girl would do. Newly single 27-year-old would do. She got fucked up with her homegirls and forgot. And had her a good motherfucking time while doing it. Sometimes, and I get it though. Sometimes you just gotta go out. Let bygones be bygones. As she said, just give it up to God. Unless she's having a great time. Forget it. Just saying, fuck it. Living life. Back to living life, Summer. I get it. I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, Meech, you fucked up on that one. And it makes you wonder. Because I remember the videos of her dancing on Meech, like literally dancing, being goofy around Meech. And you can't help but also think about what she just said. Met Meech's whole family, basically. All his friends. She was basically wifey. She was basically the main. And for Meech to fuck up a main as Summer Walker, I don't know if that was a smart idea. And that's on a relationship, on a personal vibe, relationship vibe, as well as a business vibe. I think that was a huge fuck up play on the play. That was a huge fuck up on the play by Meech to fumble a Summer Walker, who is a budding R&B superstar with a very good career right now. I don't think that was a good bag to fumble, Meech. That was one of those bags that you were supposed to handle with care. I really think your daddy would have agreed with you, as I did see some footage of Big Meech supposedly talking to Meech on the phone about it, but that was clickbaity as well. But I do believe that the father has definitely, most definitely said, boy, how you fuck up on Kenny camera like that. You couldn't even clean that one up if you tried. Cleaning that one up on social media wasn't going to work. Because either way, as you saw, the truth was going to come to the light of who that was. And even if it wasn't that girl. Because when I saw the video, I said, that looked like two different women. Anita and that girl like two different people. That's one thing. Even still, now you've been caught with multiple women. And she ain't been caught with nobody else. Because she was seen being goofy around you because she got comfortable with you, Meech. She wanted to be your one. And she wanted you to be hers. But I digress. I digress on that one. I digress on that one. So, speaking of chicken wild. Speaking of chicken real wild. Recently, let me stop saying that. Yesterday, so the news, I was looking at my Instagram. Actually, no, not yesterday. Saturday. Saturday, I'm sitting there looking at my phone on the Instagram, and Peter Rosenberg had took to the gram and posted footage of what I thought initially was the old footage of Biggie getting chased in Brooklyn. His casket getting chased in Brooklyn when he passed away. If you don't remember, back in the days, it was damn near like a huge riot in Brooklyn. Not even a riot. It was a huge gathering in Brooklyn. And it looked like a riot. It looked like it was none but chaos and pandemonium. But it was actually just a celebration of life for Biggie. There was so many people out there that they had to control it like that. I thought he was sharing footage of the casket getting chased. What Peter Rosenberg was actually sharing to the world was a group of kids actually on top of a car, and on the side of it, chasing it, grabbing onto it. But they weren't doing it for nobody but a gentleman named Kai Cenat. Supposedly, Kai Cenat was holding a giveaway. If you don't know who Kai Cenat is a very popular influencer in the Twitch and YouTube community, and has a lot of young followers. And these young followers took it upon themselves to gather, as they say, people are saying it was all 6 million his followers. It wasn't all 6 million his damn followers. It wasn't 6 million people out there, but it was a good handful of motherfuckers out there. I'll say that. Definitely a good handful of people out there.
Kai Cenat will be charged with multiple counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. That is the latest once again from police after thousands of people came together yesterday for that giveaway held by the 21-year-old who does have more than 6 million followers on Twitch and more than 4 million subscribers on YouTube. It all led to the scene in Manhattan's Union Square. In all, police say they arrested 65 people. 30 of them were juveniles and multiple people there were injured. I do want to bring in Miguel Ortiz. He was actually there when the madness broke out, and he joins us live to talk more about all of this. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here, Miguel.
How you doing?
So first off, just tell me what made you want to travel from Connecticut over to New York for this giveaway?
Well, Kai Cenat. Honestly, Kai Cenat and Phantom. It was a big event. I am a content creator, so I figure if I go out there and show a little bit of love and maybe I could get a good opportunity to have some good content. So I wasn't really much going out there for like the giveaway, the prizes and stuff. More of just the people there and just trying to have a good time.
And just kind of break down for me how everything progressed, because I know earlier on in the day, everything seemed fairly calm and then the crowd built and then you saw what happened next. But just kind of break that all down for me.
So it was calm. I was like probably like one of the first people to be there. I got there at 9 a.m. and it was very, very calm in the beginning. It was cool, it was collective. And then around like 12, I went to go take like a little break. I come back and there's a huge crowd, right? And everybody's like amped up, everybody's hyped. There's other content creators, everybody's doing their thing, and it's fun and games. The moment when it started getting like really escalated was when they started having like a what I thought was like a food fight. They was throwing water bottles, going crazy, and I was like, oh my God, like they're just throwing water. And then they started throwing everything else that's not water bottles. They was throwing cones, they was throwing crutches, paint cans, anything glass, like anything they get their hands on, it was just thrown.
And that's when my antenna raised. For the simple fact that, yeah, I get it. It's a bunch of young kids out. Now, mind you, this was a PlayStation 5 giveaway. A PlayStation 5 giveaway. Okay? Let's not forget that. In the middle of Manhattan, he was just giving away a PlayStation 5. Now, what raised my antenna the most is when this gentleman just said everything was cool until they started doing the food fight. Now, reason why my antennas raised at that was I couldn't help but think about, we've never seen anything like this before, where a YouTube Twitch influencer has this many people come out to see him in the middle of Times Square. Young people at that. Now, I'm thinking to myself, these same young people, why would they even risk the gathering being dispersed by doing that? And then I said to myself, what if there were crisis actors in that crowd that were staged to cause this riot? What if there were crisis actors that actually started that food fight and the cone throwing? Notice that the specific things that he's talking about being thrown, these are all things that will be thrown to basically incite a riot. They were just being randomly thrown. They weren't being... he didn't say that they were being thrown at people. They were just being thrown around. He didn't say a fight broke out. He didn't say an altercation happened. He said they just started throwing things around. I'll let y'all be the judge further on what he says next.
And I was like, wow, like this is this is insane. And from there, everything just escalated to worse and worse.
And tell me what's going on in this video here, because as you mentioned, there's folks kind of throwing stuff and everyone's kind of gathering together. What was going on at this point?
So at this point, this is like where the start of it was. I vividly remember this. This was the very, very start. So at this moment, everybody was just, I remember we were just in the crowd. They were all dancing and hyped up. Somebody threw one, I think it was one water bottle that started this whole war. It was one water bottle. And then I see people just like tossing everything. Everybody had drinks in their hand. Like everybody was kind of like chilling, having fun. Somebody threw one thing and then everybody started throwing everything. The chairs, the tables, the cones, the barricades, crutches, paint cans, like anything to get their hands on.
And so New York City police held a news conference that we just played a short time ago, and they said they're going to charge Kai with several misdemeanors for inciting a riot.
Now, as y'all just saw, it took what? About 6 or 7 different items to be thrown before you saw that one kid even pick up a chair and just throw it in the middle of the street, right? There were people behind in the crowd literally hurling things high up. It looked like shit was getting jackknifed up into the sky, out into the middle of that thing. Y'all literally are watching the footage of shit being... There's no human being that can throw a cone that fucking high that possible. Something looks very fishy about this entire thing.
I want to get your thoughts on that. Do you think, based on what you saw there and what you know about Kai, that he should be charged?
Honestly, no, because this whole event was not meant to be like to bash Kai, to start a riot, to do anything crazy. This was given back to the fans that of his city, him, Kai. Like they just wanted to show love to everybody and give back. That was the intentions. Now, what people's actions are is out of his control. You know, it's like if you throw a party and somebody's not having fun, that's not your responsibility. That is the person of who is not having fun. You understand? So this was.
Now, I disagree with him saying that part, because you kind of buried Kai in the ground with that one. Not buried him in the ground, but you kind of dug a hole for him that one. Yes, if you are the party thrower and you are the host of the party and people start fighting at your party, it is your job to figure out how to disperse that fight in the party. It is not the fighters to figure things out on how to disperse it. They are already in the heat of the moment. It is your job as the host of the party to disperse that fight.
Never his intentions. It wasn't like, yeah, let's go riot, let's go crazy, let's tear it all up. Like, no, it was like, hey, let's give back. The main part, like the whole reason with all this was to get off the streets and go stream. That was the title of like this whole event. Get off the streets and go stream and make something of yourself. So I don't believe it's fair, honestly, because it wasn't his intentions to start this.
Are you surprised by the amount of people that showed up for this event? Because we're talking, I think at last check, they may have said 6,000 people were there in total. Does that surprise you at all? Or based on how big Kai is that not surprising?
Based on how big Kai is, I want to say, I've seen him do like a Lil Uzi music video, and he kind of did something similar like, and I saw how people were acting there. So I wasn't so surprised that as many people showed up as they did, because this was like a day in advance. So we had a little bit of time to kind of like get ready and prepare for this. That's why I was able to come from Connecticut. But I wouldn't say I was so surprised. I was surprised of what happened, like of all this, because I wasn't expecting all that. But not surprised the amount of people, to be honest.
And a lot of people are just hearing about.
With great power comes great responsibility, as they say. With great power comes great responsibility. So yes, if that is the case, this wasn't some. So if what I'm hearing is correct, this was something that was developed within the next over a couple of days. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say this was something that was organized maybe 6 or 7 days ago, right? Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say it was even orchestrated that long ago. That gives me more reason to believe that there were set up crisis actors put in that scenario that day. That further leaves me to believe that this was definitely crisis actors that were in that crowd that day and caused that riot among Kai Cenat's influence, I should say, amongst Kai Cenat's followers. I don't think that was the kids that started that riot. I do not think that was the children that started that. I think that was crisis actors in the middle of that, and they saw it was a monkey see, monkey do. As you heard Mr. Miguel say, one water bottle got thrown, all of a sudden everybody started throwing things. I do believe that there was something that was staged there to happen unbeknownst to Kai Cenat. That is just my opinion. That is just my take on it, just from looking at different things that have happened in the past, in the media. This looks like a staged riot that Kai Cenat had nothing to do with. This does not look like Kai Cenat had anything to do with this riot whatsoever. Now, like I said before, I do agree with let me say this. I don't agree with him being charged, but I do agree with the fact that he needed to at least have some type of conscientiousness and say, hey, we need to do this in a more organized way. Him just having the kids just pill out in the street like this was a little bit chaotic. He kind of opened the door for this to happen. This is one of those things where you have to think it through. Put it like this. Miguel just said he had the power to bring out people during the Lil Uzi Vert video for I Just Want to Rock. I remember that video. If you remember the pandemonium, we won't show it because of YouTube, of course, but the pandemonium that was out there for the Lil Uzi Vert video during I Just Want to Rock was insane. The blocks were literally filled up with people, as if it was a concert. You can literally see different blocks and avenues filled with people for that video. Some was CGI, majority of it was not. It was a good peel out. Yes. But some was not. But it was a good turnout for the Lil Uzi Vert video. What Kai Cenat had demonstrated here was just his power of influence. And I think that because those crisis actors were out there to cause some mayhem that they shouldn't have, I think that's what actually happened out there today. But I do not believe that this is something Kai Cenat intended to happen. However, I do think that he should have organized this a little bit so where this wouldn't have happened.
Kai for the first time maybe 24 hours ago as this all has played out and has made some major headlines there. Tell me a little bit about Kai and what makes him so important on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. He's everywhere.
I look at Kai like a huge role model. Kai, if you're watching this, he's a huge role model. You know, I'm a content creator myself, and I look up to Kai because of the joy that he brings to me personally, let alone to like the hundreds, the millions of followers and the people that keep up with him. He brings smiles to a lot of people's faces, and I love that. I look up to him as an inspiration and somebody who I could kind of look up to in a way, you know. So he does a lot for the community as far as like cheering people up, you know, and entertaining. Takes entertainment to the next level. Say that.
Does this change anything about traveling to New York City for you? Are you going to be more, I guess, aware of your surroundings and kind of think twice? What does this do to New York City for you? Because you're, of course, from Connecticut, and New York City, quite a large city.
I'm not new to New York. I was born in New York, but I was raised here in Connecticut. So I was always, watch my back, make sure you're all good and stuff. Doesn't really make me look at New York any different, to be honest. Not scared, not whatever. People are people, and people are gonna do whatever they want. This could happen anywhere. This could happen here in Connecticut. You never know. It's just what people's intentions of the heart is, not from the place.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and help kind of break all this down for us and give us kind of that firsthand account of what happened. Is there anything else that you want to add before I let you go?
Don't be mad at Kai. Again, it wasn't his intentions. Nothing. This was not supposed to happen at the level that it went to. Again, it was just like a give back, like just a give back to like the community and support his fans. People are saying, "Oh my God, he's violating everybody and everybody got hurt." This was not his intentions. If you really look into it, he was actually trying to help and calm people down. Just don't be mad at him, man.
All right. Thank you again for taking the time to be here.
Yes, 100%. Thank you.
Kai Cenat will be charged with multiple counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it could have definitely been organized a whole hell of a lot better. It did not have to be a bunch of people peeling out in the street for a giveaway. Number one, even if you had, because let me say this too. Even if we're gonna guesstimate and say it was maybe 20, 30,000 people out there, you ain't have 30,000 PlayStations, Kai. Let's be honest here. You ain't have that many PlayStations to give away for this many people to be out there. I understand you doing a giveaway, but there's such thing as time and place. That time and place needed to be organized with that. There really is no reason why there should be that many people out there for. I want to find out real quick. How many was he giving away? I want to know real quick if they're going to say, if they have any knowledge. Crowley roughly. It was 2,000 people out there. 2,000 people, at 65 had got arrested. So basically, he just had a bunch of PlayStations that he was just going to hand out. Okay, so yeah. So this is why I said, now I'm reading this here, even better, right? So the U.S. Sun says he had 300 to give away. And 2,000 people showed up. So, yeah. You only had 300 to give out. You could have at least done this a little bit more organized. You could have definitely said, hey, you, and you come this day. Or you, and you won this day. You giving out 300 PlayStations in the middle of Manhattan? I'm just saying. That was gonna go bad regardless, and this is why I said the thing with the Christ actors. This was set up to go bad whether he wanted it to or not, because it was so unorganized. This is one of those things where you let the devil in the door and he made it home. That's what happened here. When he saw he could spark, all he did was put his finger down. But God bless to everybody that was there, anybody that was injured or hurt. God bless the ones that got arrested, because the madness that I saw. I mean, I'm just saying. This was crazy. This was literally crazy. Now, this is where I draw the line right here. This is where I draw the line right here. Because if I was the owner of this person with this car, a traffic light wouldn't have been stopping me from running nobody over. An officer wouldn't have stopped me from getting out my car and hurting this little man here. Listen, why are you trying to break my window? Why are you throwing things at my vehicle? Why are y'all climbing on my vehicle? What are y'all doing? Now, this has nothing to do with what I said with the Christ actors, because this is clearly children. This is clearly children that have just said, fuck it at this point. This is when I really said, wait a minute. All of this for 300 PlayStations. And like I said, with the whole thing of the police coming out using metal barricades to push a crowd back, and macing, and the hurling of the cones, all of those things said crisis actors. All of those things said crisis actors. But yeah, man. What a world we living in. When a young 20-year-old Twitch streamer can cause 2,000 people to cause chaos in the middle of Manhattan for giving out PlayStations. A sign of the times, I tell you, a sign of the times. Because y'all ain't got to worry about them. Because they ain't worried about us. Yeah, man. We definitely living in a sign of the times right now where it's getting dark out. It's getting dark out early. We will see what is to come of things later on. So, breaking but not breaking news. Fuck it, right? Because I wouldn't have been on my square if I didn't talk about this. The Alabama boat fight, right? Speaking of causing chaos, the Alabama boat fight. So some people had thrown into water. Some people were thrown into water as huge brawl breaks out at a riverfront park. All right. So the fight erupted on Saturday at Riverfront Park at Montgomery, Alabama, and led to multiple arrests. Now, this footage has been going around for like the past 24 hours of this Alabama boat fight. And at first, I didn't think nothing of it. But then when I got to actually looking at the footage of it, I was like, oh, this is something different that happened. Okay. So a massive brawl erupted, and we're going to look at the footage after. So a massive brawl erupted between two big groups of people, and a shocking mass fight caught on camera. Multiple videos from different angles were uploaded on social media showing the fight erupt before eventually being broken up by police at Riverfront Park in Montgomery, Alabama. A witness claimed the fight, which went viral on TikTok, erupted following an argument about a boat that was blocking the mooring space of another vessel. Footage shows an argument starting between one man believed to be a riverboat employee and another to before violence started. As it escalates, multiple other people join in, eventually turning into a massive brawl with people thrown into the water, chairs being smashed over people's heads, and people being beaten onto the ground. In the early moments of the fight, as one man takes on 3 others, someone is seen jumping from a nearby boat to swim over and join in. Police were called to the reports, and we're going to just do this real quick, and then we're going to do the full blow by blow. Police were then called to reports of the disturbance at the riverfront at around 7 p.m. on Saturday. Multiple people have been detained and charges are pending. So far, no names of those involved have been released. Dozens of witnesses pulled out their phones and started heckling as the fight continued. At one stage, a woman lay stricken on the floor before a man brought a chair down hard on her head. The man was then detained by law enforcement officials at the scene, desperately trying to contain the whole situation. In another video of the incident, a group of men can be seen approaching another group on the boat before more fighting erupted. Okay, we're going to cover that as well. A photo shared later on social media shows a number of men sitting on the pontoon in handcuffs. Montgomery Mayor Stephen L. Reed said in a statement Sunday, "Justice will be served." He indicated that the man from the riverboat was initially attacked, and those who attacked him would face the justice system. The Montgomery Police Department acted swiftly to detain several reckless individuals for attacking a man who was doing his job. Rightfully so. From what I've been hearing, rightfully so. I'm glad that they actually got to the bottom of that story. Although the brawl seemed to start between a large group of white people and a large group of black people, it's unclear if the fight was racially aggravated. Montgomery, Alabama has been on the center of racial history in the U.S. It was where Rosa Parks was arrested for her refusal to give up her seat to a white person, kicked off the Montgomery bus boycott, considered a foundational monument in civil rights struggle. So Alabama is not new to racism, as you just heard. Brawls often go viral on social media. In July, a group of women were up in a chaotic brawl captured on camera near set poker tables in Las Vegas hotel. Blah, 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 on that one. The footage shows 2 men in a fierce struggle on the ground. In the midst of the brawl, a man rushes to prevent another woman from joining the fray. The fight involving at least 4 women drew a crowd of spectators as it broke out on the casino floors of Vegas. That's the Vegas right there. All right, so let's really quick. Let's go into the video, because this looks crazy. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. This looks nuts. This look nuts, y'all. This shit crazy. And we're gonna do a full play-by-play of this real quick too. Alright, so this is how it starts. This is the security guard here that was in the brawl. And supposedly, there was as we read before, there was a boat that was blocking. And apparently, these are the customers that were a little bit irate at the security guard and didn't want to do anything about it. So, they took it upon themselves for this to happen. Once that hat was thrown, all fucks were given. All fucks have been thrown out the window once that hat got thrown. But my brother, before that punch even got landed, you should have known what was coming. You should have been bobbing and weaving beforehand, and that hat should have been thrown off. That hat should have been thrown to the back at that point. Now, this is the part that a lot of people were a little bit irate about, and rightfully so. Because where the fuck did they come from? Now, obviously, this was the family of the gentleman that was in that fight. Remember what we said earlier. It was a boat that was blocking a pontoon earlier. That is what started this original fight. So apparently that was the family of the gentleman that was in the fight with the security guard. But then there were more people that had nothing to do with the situation that joined in.
Help that one! No, help that one!
As you can see there, a gentleman got pushed off that was trying to, which looks like a younger Caucasian gentleman, was just trying to see what was going on and stop it. He got pushed off, and the rest of them commenced to beating up the security guard. Now, as we see here, there's another black man coming in to help the situation. And look at this gentleman here. This man is swimming for his life. This man is swimming like he is the black Michael Phelps himself. And swimming to the docks to save the situation.
They wrong for that now. That boy swimming his ass.
You hear? That boy is swimming his ass off. I have never and I agree. I saw some Twitter people saying, I am proud of my people today. I am proud of this scenario, right? This man is swimming his ass off from across the other side of the dock to save the scenario.
Yeah, save him. That boy finna help that boy. Get up there, young boy. Get up there, young buck. Get up there, young buck.
Mans took his shoes off, ready for the smoke.
What's up?
And now the tables have turned. Now we have a full situation. You saw that, Skip. I'm gonna run it back for you just in case you ain't see it.
Get up there, young buck.
See, now it's on. Now the numbers have. You see this skip here? You see these skips here? This skip here represents the fact that now it is on. Now we're about to have some fun. Because now the situation is equal. Now we're about to see what's up.
Y'all were told a minute ago. Yeah! Woo! Woo! Woo!
Usually I don't condone in these type of situations. But this is a fair show of judgment and karma. And when karma come around the bend, she come across that bridge. And your ass better sink or swim.
Woo! They scared! Look at them! They scared! Woo! Beat their ass! Woo! Oh my God! Woo! That what you get! That what you get! That what you get! Oh! Tie ass up!
And as you can hear the cheerleader on in the background that's conducting this video, that's what you get. So apparently, she saw the entire scenario of what happened before and when this transpired and after. Apparently, she was eyewitness to karma firsthand.
She whooping her ass. She finna put her in the water. In the water.
Threw her ass right on in.
Oh my God. Woo! That what you get. That what you get. That what you get. Oh.
And I like it. The women are on the women. The women are on the women.
She whooping her ass. She finna put her in the water.
Off you go.
In the water.
Off you go. Off you go.
Tie his ass up. Cause y'all were wrong. Do some.
This is a demonstration of when the people have had enough. As Tupac once said, there comes a point where we have already said, please let us in. Please let us in. We hungry, please let us in. Eventually, it turns into, if you don't let us in, picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting. Now, in context to that, as I said before, this is a pure display of karma amongst people that have done wrong to another side of people. And when karma comes quick around the bend, there's no running away. You heard it. That man was so scared he ran and jumped in the water his damn self. He got the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah! Get in their ass. Oh, look at the bras. The bras jumping their ass. Cause y'all were wrong for jumping on that black man like that, baby. I thought we're going.
And this is just pure chaos, as later on it continued to ensue as more and more people started to, as we read before, Alabama is not new to racism. So what is happening here, I believe, in these last few seconds of this video, is simply one side saying, look, y'all were wrong, but these might be people that had nothing to do with it at the same time. It could have very well been people that had something to do with it. At the same time, I believe that this future brawl that happened right after that was just a showing of, again, no one is going to stand for the bullshit anymore. And we will fight back. We are tired of standing around watching our people be destroyed. We are tired of it. This is the display of when we have gotten tired. He done went full-blown WWE and got the goddamn chair. Now that is a little uncalled for, sir. Now, that was a little uncalled for. She did not deserve no chair. Now, if he got arrested, I can understand. Because she ain't deserve no chair. The damage has already been done. A little bit too far there. Little bit too far there.
Oh my God!
And as you can see, another brother had detained, and the moral of the story is this. Sometimes we can go a little bit too far when asking to play fair. Our emotions get the best of us sometimes. There was no need to hit that female with the chair whatsoever. There was no need for any. He's going to jail. Yeah, he's going to jail. They better get him a felony. Yeah, he's going to jail. He's definitely going to jail for the hitting the woman with a chair. They're so the first person was moral of the story is this. Moral of the story is this, ladies and gentlemen. Karma can come quick. It don't have to be later on. Karma can come very motherfucking quick for you. And in this case and scenario, it came right back around the bend for those group of people that started with that security guard. What happened later on was, like I said before, was a display of the people are tired. As we read, that place is not new to racism. And evidently, that was not something that was new to them, as you could say. You heard most of the commentary there. That did not sound like that was a situation that was just uncommon, if you will. That sounded like a very unfortunate, common situation. But damn, you heard the pop when they came skipping down and saying, all right, let's see what happens now when y'all the motherfuckers is outnumbered. I rest my case on that one. But Alabama, that's the crazy thing, too. I thought that was going to be some Florida shit. When I first saw it, I thought it was Florida that did that shit. This is Alabama that did that shit. Alabama said, no. We tired. I'm tired, boss. We done with the bullshit. I told you I wasn't shit to talk about today like that. But it is what it is. We got another one in the books. Another one in the motherfucking books, y'all. It's been motherfucking real. Y'all already know what time it is for me. I love y'all.
My type of women like to cuddle, but don't sleep on the money. My type of women like to talk, but don't talk to no dummy. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A type of dudes don't be calling, trying to blow up a phone. A type of dudes getting money, but don't leave her alone. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. I need a woman that can cook and clean. She need a good man that fucking mean. I kick it paying all bills, yeah I foot the fee. Yeah, I know she bad and bougie, but she good to me. We talking king shit, I love to show her royalty. I need a queen, quick to always show her loyalty. And when even a nigga off, she be on with me. She DEF the fuck boy, she supported G. That's how it always be. Yeah, it's a baddie, it's a baddie. Make it clap, patty cake with that fatty. Yeah, she love it. Making money. Keep it coming. Hate but complaining, haters do nothing. My type of women like to cuddle, but don't sleep on the money. My type of women like to talk, but don't talk to no dummy. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A good play, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. A type of dudes don't be calling, trying to blow up a phone. A type of dudes getting money, but don't leave her alone. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. She just need food, peace and pay, that's a damn good day. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what I prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer. Don't be mad at it, that's just what we prefer.